Well guys, here it is. It's my 1984 M1009. Got it from government liquidation and spent probably 4 or 5 months restoring it to its current condition. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a quick walk around. I have replaced just about every seal on this truck. I've completely repainted it. It's got new tires. I even painted some of the under chassis parts and the axles. Got the shackles and the pintle system back on here. Pintle on mine, I think, is actually one of the older designs, the swivel type. I've noticed on some of the other M1009s, a lot of them just have fixed ones that bolt on, but this one you can actually rotate 360 degrees. Got the towing shackles. Actually got these clips from Dakota on Steel Soldiers also. They're a lot easier than just trying to use big old cotter pins. I have lined all the wheel wells with POR 15. Got the yellow beacon on top. Two M6707 radio bases with brush guards. Got the antenna with the tie-down kits. Actually got these kits from Saturn Surplus, I believe. They're still new in package, sealed in, I think, 1985. I think they look pretty good. I went with a Phase 1 radio antenna install. That's why the antennas are tied forward. After a while they figured that was a bad idea and they moved the antenna mounts up here to the approximately where this one's tied down at, and had them tied down towards the rear. But since mine is an 84, an earlier one, I decided to go with a Phase 1 install. I just have to be really careful not to smack any trees or go through a drive-through that's too short. Here is the power plant for this vehicle. It's a 6.2 liter diesel engine. I've replaced a lot of the lines and stuff because they were leaking. You can see I've got that Tygon line down there by the fuel injector returns. I replaced the glow plugs with, I think they're 60Gs, the AC Delco 60G. Had to install some spade clips because the ones that came stock with the truck wouldn't work with them. They're a much better plug than the Wellmans, not Swellmans. Upgraded the glow plug relay. The other one I had was working just fine, but I just heard stories online that they fail quite a bit, so I went ahead and just swapped it out anyway. Got a new fuel filter on there. Got the 2 original batteries. They seem to hold charge pretty well, so I'm going to keep them for a while unless they go out on me. Kind of a huge battery though. I think it's a little overkill, but I do have a turbo for this engine. I'm kind of waiting to install it. I wanted to make sure I got all the bugs out of the system first before I go adding a turbo to it. So it's been sitting in my garage just waiting for me to do that. One of the things you notice right away that's different from some of the civilian motors is the fact you got 2 batteries, 2 alternators. That's because this vehicle was designed to start on 24 volts. However, the rest of the electrical system is 12. I have redone the interior. I dyed the burgundy colored door panels and dash to a black, it looks a little bit better. Well, this is actually a dash cover. My original dash panel was kind of trashed. I think it's a Coverlay dash panel. It actually looks like the original. I went ahead and painted the burgundy one that was under. It was actually gray, not burgundy. And then placed the dash panel over it. And it actually looks kind of stock. And if you haven't noticed already, I have covered the, lined the floor of the truck with a Herculiner. It's a store-bought bed liner material. Sometimes it gets a bad rap online, which I don't think is really deserved. A lot of people just complain that it peels up after they put it down, but that's because they don't really follow the instructions and do enough prep work. I probably spent 5 days completely prepping the floor of this truck for the bed liner, and it came out really great. It doesn't seem to be peeling up at all, and it seems pretty strong for what I'm going to be doing. I'm not really going to be loading heavy objects on top of it like in the bed of the truck, but it just makes it easier to clean this truck out. I just picked up some, I guess, cheap floor mats from Walmart, the Chevrolet floor mats, just to make it a little easier to clean. So if I get mud on my feet, I can just pull the mats out rather than have to bring out the hose and wash out the truck. It's my custom ammo can console. It's made from a 20mm ammo can. I cut the top out and added some jumbo cup holders. So you can hold big drinks and small ones. It's actually down here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. But you can hold like a 12-ounce can, or you can get the big cups from the stores, and those fit too. I've also added a MP3 amplifier, and I have it wired to some speakers. You can see the conduit I have running up under the dash there. The speakers are actually installed in the factory locations, which are under this dash pad. The M1009 did not come with speakers, so I had to purchase some. I think there were a pair of Boston acoustics that I bought for about $100, and they actually sound pretty decent. But I really wasn't concerned about having an extreme sound system, because I really just need something to listen to and not impress my friends, so to speak. Let's see what I hear. I added a new fire extinguisher. When I got the truck, it was missing. That's the diagnostic plug down there. Blackout and light controls. Had to add this switch here for the light on top, because originally it was wired up anytime I had the lights on. The beacon on top of the truck would be on. I restored the gauge cluster, took all the gauges apart and cleaned them. It's the radio control mounts. I've actually got a set of radios I'm planning on ordering for the antennas I have installed on this thing. I'm probably going to make a bracket so they sit on top of the dash panel right there. I got some cable conduit. I think I got it from Lowe's. So I could run all the accessory plugs and cords the military had installed in this thing neatly. Previously they just had it taped on. You can see it runs to the back there. Goes up to the beacon light. Also made a custom license plate holder which sits on the inside so I didn't have to drill holes into the actual truck, and it can be removed quickly for shows. These seat covers I got from Dakota on steelsoldiers.com. They're made out of military canvas, and I think they just fit and look great. So much better than the stock GM seats were this ugly burgundy color. You can see I've got more of the bed liner. I covered the entire floor with that stuff. Just makes it a lot nicer, I think. Got the coaxial cable going out to one of the radio antennas. When I get some radios, I'm going to be hooking all that stuff back up. Got a power tap there. Okay, back to the MP3 amplifier I have. I got this thing for like $12 on Amazon.com. Some people were complaining, oh, why didn't you just buy a radio and install it with the input jack for an MP3 player? Well, A lot of those were $100, and I don't know, this thing's really small, and with it painted, it looks like it belongs in the truck. And my MP3 player, which I already owned, I can play any songs I want. And it also has an option for like a basic AM/FM radio. So I really didn't need a standard radio.
America's best car audio super.
Here's the back of the truck with the tailgate down. It's my custom license plate holder. I've used an 12-volt accessory port that I got from Radio Shack wired into the light system. That way I can easily unplug and remove this thing if I want to go to a parade or something and don't want items on the truck that did not come on it originally. That's actually a big old Harbor Freight magnet holding that entire thing on. I could easily remove it though. More of the bed liner. This back seat actually folds up and forward for more cargo space. A water can. Spare tire. Okay, let's go and start the truck up. Wait for some of the idiot lights to turn off. And that's it. Pretty simple. Just your basic M1009 with a few upgrades.